Hi and welcome. I'm doing a reboot of what I started to do last year, I should say, of how to make, basically how to garden. But I'm no expert on it, so you can just take my advice with a grain of salt. But I really like to teach some people out there the things that I've learned. So here it goes. Starting with, I started making myself a grow light station. As you can see, it's on over there. It's a little washed out with the brightness, which I will get to in probably a future video. But tonight I'm making myself my own potting mix. Instead of going out and buying the little tiny bag of, maybe it's enough for 10, 15 plants, tops, and that's just for seed cells, which would be our tiny little cells here. Um, Instead of doing that and then having to go out and buy more potting soil and putting that into the next size up, which would be down there in that little tray, and the next size up until it gets into the garden. It's February 28th, so it's still going to be a little bit of time before I get it in the ground. It's what is it? March? No, February 28th. So let me just secure this. Not the greatest camera work in the world, but this will work. You're here to learn, not to be awed by my camera play. So it's too early to get into the ground now, so I'm going to start my seeds inside. I wanted to do this about a month ago or so, but I got all my stuff together now. So I got my Coco Core brick in. I don't think you can see. This is what I'm starting with this year. It's called Coco Core or Core Pith Block. It's made by Kempf, Kempf. It's about 11 inches by 11 inches by 5.5, I want to say. So about a foot by a foot by a half a foot. It's 11 pounds, so it's pretty hefty. Compressed and dried coconut fiber, basically, is what this is. So this whole thing, I got two of them. I want to say they're about 14 bucks. I'll put a link to the site. No affiliate link. It's just I personally found it, and I'll put it in the description for your benefit and ease of travel. I got the block for, I want to say, about 14 bucks, and I got two of them. As you can see, I got one here, and I broke one down here. Put the block, once you're ready to do this. This is about a 25-gallon jug. I want to say it is. So it's just for your reference. It's 15 high, 19 wide, and 28 long. So that's a little over 2 feet long. It's a big bucket. I got this from a friend who doesn't use it anymore. That's what I did. Was I went to work and I asked a bunch of people there, or just people you know, your neighbors, ask them if they have something of this sort. You may even have it yourself. A lot of time people use these things to store clothing. He happened to use it for an aquarium that he doesn't use anymore, or he doesn't need it anymore, so he brought it in for me. There's different sizes. You can see this one here is a little bit smaller, and then I have the super small one, which I used to do my next mixture, which is this one here. So Coco Core in water. I recommend to go only about 2 inches and do it scalding hot. Even better than that would be boiling. Be careful if you have to move it too far. But I opted out of the boiling water because I didn't feel like carrying a pan downstairs and creating more issues for myself. So I happen to have the water downstairs, so I just turned it on scalding hot water, put the water in, put the Coco Core in, and it absorbed in no time at all. Maybe probably took 20 minutes. I was upstairs for an hour, but I've heard anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes it takes for it to break down. It doesn't seem like it will, but when I used the scalding hot water and covered it, it created a humidity in there which just broke it down like that. So I came down and the thing just crumbled apart. It was great. And then just mix it in. I used a piece of wood, or you can use your hands, get in there. From there, you can stop and use that as it is. When you pick it up and you squeeze it hard, you shouldn't have any water in it at all. I have a lot of water in this. I put in way too much, so you can learn from my mistake. That's why I say only put a couple of inches in. but when you squeeze it like this, it holds its shape, but it's not dripping wet. And then as soon as you touch it, it just falls apart. So if you want to use a vermiculite, the vermiculite creates more space in between all of the coconut fiber, and is going to be more oxygen in the soil, more water absorption in the soil. If you want to just call this soil for short, don't use soil from outside. Fill up any type of container, whatever you choose to use as a measuring tool. I just chose this because I just went to the line here. 4 of these of the coconut coco coir, and I put it into here, and 1 of the coarse vermiculite. A lot of people say to use fine. I'm loving the coarse, so stick with what you like. I recommend this because it's much less expensive than the fine. The fine one, maybe about yay big, was about $30, and it was smaller than this. And this bag I got, I want to say was maybe 10, and it's bigger than this whole bucket. So it was an amazing deal, and I want to say it was because it was coarse. I think a lot of people are using fine, and that's why it's more expensive. Maybe, I don't know, or maybe it just costs more to make it finer. So if you're going to use a vermiculite, do 4 parts, 3 or 4 to 1, or even 5 to 1, whatever you like. I did 4 to 1. I just went in the middle of what was recommended of the things that I found on the internet. 4 of these to 1 of those, the vermiculite, and made this. And I'm loving the soil. I'm going to probably add a little bit of water to it, just sprinkle it over there just to moisten it down a little for when I'm packing it into one of the seed cells. Just on saving money subject, I want to touch upon, yes, you can go out and buy this whole tray setup that they have all neat and packaged for you at Home Depot or Lowe's, and it's all beautiful, and you're like, oh, I have my own seed cell kit, and this is so awesome. But what'd that cost you? Like $8, $10, $6, something like that? It's not super expensive, but these things will add up over time. I had to buy these because this is food, mushrooms. I put them in a Ziploc, and now I have a seed cell. I bought these. It's food. It's cherry tomatoes. They went bad, and or at least the last bit of them went bad, and these are great. They're perfect, and they actually have holes in them. These mushroom containers, I'll have to cut holes in them, but you know, big freaking deal. These are 4 free, not free, but you know what I mean. I mean, you're buying stuff from the store anyway. So look in your fridge, look through your recycling bin, see what you can use. I wouldn't recommend things like aluminum cans because you can cut yourself and they're aluminum. But any of this plastic stuff, yes, you can recycle it, but recycle it for yourself also. This container that they're in, I got 2, actually I got like 6 of them. This was $1 at the dollar store. This will now hold this. So for free plus $1, because I was going to buy these anyway, and this I bought specifically for this type of a setup. You can do it with these as well. This will fit, I think, 3 across and 2 across, and that's 5 times 4 is 20. So that's for this $1 thing, and these I already had. I spent money, I guess, on them, you know, years ago, but they've been recycled and recycled and recycled, so it's practically free now. So for $1, I can grow 20 tomatoes. That's pretty amazing, you know? So I just wanted to talk a little bit about that and start thinking about the little things that you can use. Even if you don't have everything this year and you have to go out and buy one seed tray, this will be perfect for a small gardener. You could grow so many things. I mean, just 4 of these is 16 tomato plants, and then 4 more of them are, or not even 4, do 1 more of them for cucumber plants, or vice versa. Save yourself some money and do that. I'll leave links to the coco coir, which I highly recommend so far. I mean, I'm loving this, and the vermiculite I highly recommend as well. I don't have any affiliate links or any of that stuff. I'm just going to leave it down there for you guys. And rebooting this whole gardening thing that I want to go through, I'm starting at the beginning this year. I have a grow light station that I built this year, sort of built, kind of MacGyvered it together, but I think it looks decent, and I'll go through that in a future video when we get to it. But I'm going to try and go in succession of what I'm doing here, and hopefully I'm helpful. If you like something, let me know. Obviously hit like, but um, subscribe if you like, but don't worry about any of this like and subscribe crap that people do, because I'm going to turn off my monetizing thing on YouTube because I don't find a point to it anymore. I don't know why I did it in the first place. I think I thought I was going to make some money, and I think that's pretty much why people do that. I'm not in it for that now. I would rather it be ad-free and make nothing and get the information out to you. And maybe that sounds like a spiel, and you can believe it or not believe it, that's fine too. But that's what I'm going to do, so hopefully you'll come back, because I just like the fact that people will get some stuff, maybe teach me some stuff. If I say something wrong, let me know. If I say something that works for you, let me know that too. Like and subscribe if you want, or don't, that's fine, but I hope you come back either way. And if you find something on another video, feel free to, let me know, because I'm always looking for new information. That's it for today. I will do the next video with some planting, and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Later.